Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 75198. This is the Tatooine Battle Pack from LEGO Star Wars, and this was released in 2018 with 97 pieces at a retail price of $15, which is the elevated Battle Pack price, which I know a lot of people aren't super happy with, but let's see if this one is, worth that price. Just keep in mind, I only paid $9, and Walmart tends to discount them to $12.97 to begin with, so they are very close to the original, like $13 price, or the more common $13 price for older ones that people seem to be pretty happy with. So, it's not impossible to get it at older Battle Pack price, but just know that on Lego.com it is $14.99. So the build here is kind of a micro sand crawler slash just general Jawa speeder. It kind of reminds me of the thing they included with the UCS sand crawler, the small thing that they used to transport droids that actually fit inside of the big sand crawler. So, that's kind of what I view it as. I don't know if that's exactly what it was meant to be, and I don't know if this is actually based on a specific canonical design. But I do think that for what it is kind of cool. It does use these Technic beams to resemble treads, and it slides around pretty well, so I like that. We do have stud shooters on the front, just shoot those off, one on either side, as well as two handheld stud shooters, which are included for the Jawas, and they can kind of stand in several places. You can put one here, you could probably fit 4 Jawas here if you put one here, one in that top spot, one here, and one there. Kind of tight squeeze. You could also even put some around the crane. You wouldn't be able to really turn the crane as well, but it is possible. And I do like that there's plenty of space on here. You can fit a bunch of figures. You could fit all the figures that are included in the set. It doesn't make much sense to put the Tuscan Raider on there, because the Tuscan Raider's kind of not on the same side as the Jawas, really. At least not usually, but you could do it. And the coolest part here for play is this little crane in the back, which is just kind of fun to play around with. This and that attaches to the droid's head has very little friction, so it'll just swing back and forth. But the friction pins that are used for the rest of it do allow for a decent amount of posability. You can pose it up like this, you can pose it like that, and you do get a good enough range of motion to allow you to pick up the droid and place it right back here. You do have to turn it just a tiny bit because it doesn't, go on straight. But you can do that all with this one little crane. And for such a small thing, it uses like 10 pieces. In this build, it works really well, and then it can also spin all the way around 360 degrees. You do also have a hammer and a wrench for the Jawas to use as tools to, do stuff to droids. But yeah, that is all there is to this little build. Let's look at the figures, which are, the majority of the set. So the first two, and probably more important 2 figures to have in this particular set, because they really work with the build, are these 2 Jawas, and they both have the same face print. It's just the 2 eyes. There's nothing else to see on the heads. They both have brown short legs, but they have 2 different designs of torso. I believe both have been seen before and in other sets as well, but both designs are really good, and it's nice to get a little variation rather than just giving 2 identical Jawas. But, I think that having these 2 different torsos is enough to get a significantly diverse looking Jawa army. I would appreciate the inclusion of a short brown cape for each of these. I think that would have improved both of the figures, but I don't think it's a deal breaker on the entire set. Just a minor complaint. And then we have this Tuscan Raider and this astromech droid. I don't believe this astromech droid is officially given a name in any of the sets, and I'm not sure exactly what astromech droid it's supposed to represent. The Tuscan Raider is cool with that new, or newer head mold. It's not new to this set. It did also appear in the Land Speeder and several other places. The weapon is built up decently. I like the way it looks. And the printing on the torso and legs here is both pretty good. The legs seem to be shifted a little bit to the right here, but that I think will vary from figure to figure. It's just because you see the printing doesn't go all the way to the edge. And the head mold is really good. I like it a lot. It's got the wrap detailing. It's very, very detailed. And there's back printing here. The Astromech droid has a exclusive head print, but you'll notice mine is a little bit wonky in the way it's printed. I know BrickByBrick tends to complain about these Astromech droids, and I've never experienced an issue with them. I don't have a ton of Astromech droids. I only have a couple of the older R2-D2s, and I don't know why we're not focusing here, but there we go. You'll notice the bottom white line is not straight at all, which is a little bit disappointing. I may get in touch with customer service about that, because it is kind of an issue. And the body print for him is the same as the newer versions of R2-D2 with the dark blue, but I think it works, and it doesn't, this doesn't look like R2-D2 because of it. So I do think that it is acceptable, and, you know, I appreciate it. I do wish that the head printing had been done a little bit better, and I've seen several examples of badly printed ones of these as well. And also, the white isn't super duper opaque, but I don't mind that because I think it works as like a pinkish color. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to look like though, so I don't know the source material. So overall, I think that this Tatooine battle pack is a relatively decent battle pack. I don't think it is the greatest one out there, and I do respect the fact that these aren't the most massable figures. I think the Jawas are relatively massable, and the Tuscan Raiders too. I guess the Astromech droid isn't, but I don't know. I personally really, really like just the design of LEGO Astromechs, and I appreciate getting more of them, so I'm happy to get one here. Honestly, it's probably my favorite figure in the set, aside from the fact that its head is not printed super well. So, you know, I wish it was my favorite figure in the set. But the other figures I think are good, and I think the build is done really well in this one. I think it's something that's useful with the figures, something that's good for play, and doesn't look bad either. This isn't my favorite battle pack that I own. I think that would probably be the Bounty Hunter Speeder battle pack, but I know a lot of people don't like that one as a battle pack because, you know, they're not named characters. But, you know, at the same time, I'm not really looking to build an army. I just want to get a couple cool figures for a relatively cheap price. And I think that this set, you know, fills that little requirement. I don't think I would recommend this one over the Bounty Hunter Speeder bike, though. I think that one's definitely the better of the two in that wave. And if you're looking to build an army, I guess if you're looking to build an army of Jawas, this is a pretty decent set. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I will see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.